Wen Moon. So let's talk about that. It's a question that gets asked frequently. Normally, I try to avoid those questions because, this channel is not a biohopium. I like to talk about ANKR. I like to talk about partnerships. I like to talk about potential partnerships and speculations that I think that the company is working on. But Wen Moon, it gets asked enough that eventually, I have to talk about it. So now we're in a technical recession. So that means we're not going to see much money coming into the world of crypto for a while. But I do think when we start seeing the Fed talking about it's time to stimulate the economy, we're going to start to see movement, money coming into the world of crypto again. And we're going to start to see Bitcoin start to go up, Ethereum start to go up, and ANKR start to go up as more money enters. But if we start thinking long term, one of the things I like to look at are the banks, especially in South America, because they're starting to move a little faster than what the US is. The US is lacking a little behind in adoption of Web3. They're sort of taking let's see what goes on there in South America first before we adopt anything. So, but we're starting to see a lot of the banks already talking about shutting down brick and mortar and start to go completely mobile. I was out there in Brazil just a couple of months ago, and a lot of the banks are already shutting down. They're planned to shut down by, say, 2024, when the central bank digital currency is set to be released. And once that happens, we're going to start to see more demand for Web3. We're going to see more demand for ANKR's service, and we've talked about it already. ANKR has a strong presence in South America. They have that partnership with MaxiHost. And these banks, when they decide to go mobile, they're going to need that infrastructure. They're going to need that highway to get onto Web3. So we're going to start to see an increase in the price action. Well, how high should we expect the token to go? Well, the 4 billion market cap should be the company's first goal, in my opinion. And it's something that Greg Goldman also has said. He says we can easily hit the 4 billion market cap. And I think that's the goal that they have. Again, I'm not affiliated with ANKR, but I think that's the goal that they have for ANKR. And then what about $1? When can we see $1? For the $1, I think we got to think a little bit deeper into the future. We need, at this point, enterprise coming into Web3. So what do you mean by enterprise? ANKR has a lot of partnerships. ANKR has a lot of partnerships that are Web3 partnerships, but we need some of this super money, this Wall Street type money, this enterprise money coming into Web3. And ANKR has been working on that. Primeblock seems to be geared to bringing in institutional money, to bringing in enterprise money. And Unusual Due Diligence hit the nail on the head when he said he suspected that Primeblock was created for that purpose. So ANKR, when we talk about Primeblock, we know that secretly it's ANKR inside because it's basically just using ANKR's network, but it's set up in such a way that it's working with regulators, saying, hey, we're working with regulated teams and we want to bring in that institutional money onto Web3 in a safe way. So it's inviting. So Wen Moon is going to happen, in my opinion. We're going to start to see that 4 billion market cap when South American banks, again, speculation, when we start to see the South American banks shift over to mobile banking. That'll be what I call phase 1 of Wen Moon. When Neptune, when enterprise money comes into Web3. Anyway, guys, I'm not affiliated with ANKR. Always do your own due diligence. Until next time, peace out, safe investing.